What's a moment you witnessed in school that preteen broke your heart? I've been the janitor at Lincoln High for 12 years. Most kids don't notice me. I mop floors, fix leaking toilets, and quietly lock up when everyone's gone. I don't need attention. I've seen more in these halls than most teachers ever will. One rainy Thursday in May, I was cleaning up a flooded sink near the chemistry lab when I heard crying. Not the usual teenage sniffles. This was full-on sobbing. I followed the sound to the old supply closet by the gym. It's barely used anymore, except when the coaches forget their cones or a teacher needs folding chairs. Inside, sitting on the cold linoleum floor between a bucket and some broken whiteboards, was Rachel Zhang, our class valedictorian. Top of her class, Ivy League bound, student council president, always smiling. But right now, she looked shattered. I gently knocked on the doorframe. "You okay, miss?" She jumped, then wiped her face fast, like she could erase the evidence. Yeah, I'm fine. Just needed a minute. You sure? You're not fine." She hesitated, then the words poured out. Her parents were fighting again, big time. Her dad just lost his job, and they were blaming each other. They told her they couldn't afford to send her to Harvard anymore, even with scholarships. Her mom had said, "Maybe you should just go to state school like normal kid." That crushed her. "But I worked so hard," Rachel whispered. "I haven't slept in 2 years. I missed every party, every dance. I haven't even had a boyfriend. I gave up everything for this. I didn't have a Harvard degree. Heck, I never finished college, but I knew what it felt like to be invisible and disappointed by people you love. So I sat down beside her, between the mop and the dustpan, and told her something I'd never shared with a student before. When I was 17, I had a full ride to Syracuse. Wanted to study architecture. My mom got sick, cancer. We had no insurance, so I gave it up. Took night shifts, became a custodian. Life didn't go how I planned, but it's not over, and yours isn't either." She looked at me, wide-eyed. "You're allowed to cry, just don't quit. Dreams don't die because plans change." She nodded slowly, then asked if she could sit there a little longer. "Take your time," I said. "No one ever checks this closet anyway." Before I left, I handed her a small granola bar from my cart and said, "Keep going. You're closer than you think." The next week, she walked across that graduation stage like nothing had ever happened, smile perfect, speech flawless. But when she passed my janitor's card afterward, she slipped me a folded envelope. Inside was a handwritten note. "Thank you for reminding me I'm still worth something when I felt like nothing. I'm applying to Harvard again next year, and this time I'm doing it for me, Rachel." I kept that note in my locker for years. Whenever the job felt small, that paper reminded me it wasn't. 6 years later, I was cleaning gum off the library desks when the principal ran up to me, waving an alumni magazine. "Check this out." On the cover was Rachel, now a graduate student at Harvard's Kennedy School. The headline, "From Small Town Heartache to Ivy League Hope, the story of a fighter." I opened the article. Halfway through, my breath caught. She wrote, "In the lowest moment of my life, it wasn't a counselor or teacher who pulled me through. It was our school janitor. He listened when no one else did. He reminded me that detours aren't dead ends. That man probably doesn't even remember me, but I remember him every day." I sat down on a bucket and just smiled. Maybe some people walk stages and others mop them, but everyone can leave footprints that matter. And from that day forward, whenever a kid passed me in the hall, I stood a little taller. Because behind every diploma, every award, every bright-eyed future, sometimes there's a janitor who just listened when it mattered most.